5.
You're listening to The Morning Rush, live from the Busch Light Studios on ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris Fort Smith.
This hour of The Morning Rush is driven by Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale and online at rathmitsubishi.com. You're rolling with Rath on The Morning Rush.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads.
What's Your Beef Wednesday on The Morning Rush is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. No other meat market is in the same league when it comes to the selection, quality, and value you get from Richard's.
Oh, God, it's so good. So good and tasty.
1 block east of College and Rolling Hills Drive at 3042 North Market Avenue. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
All right, so What's Your Beef Wednesday? Morning Rush, 9 o'clock. How you doing? A week
Not great.
and 1 day. Why not great?
So,
Week and 1 day from Thanksgiving.
you know, some things just fall into place.
Yeah.
And I put in my cinnamon roll with it coffee cartridge into the Keurig thingamajig. And the thing exploded while I was in the bathroom. That's why I was late. That's why you had to intro the show. Great shot, by the way.
Well, there was no intro for the show. So
No, that
so
was
you-
the intro. I put it. I wanted to go right into my beefs, and I have
so
four. Or
did
five.
you, all right,
I have 4 or
delay
5
of game, offense, 5-yard penalty on you.
delay of
Starts-
coffee or something. But
Yeah.
I have 4 or 5 other beefs that I want to get into. But the first one is our really nice Keurig either exploded the coffee
Did you tear
pouch
the machine? 'Cause that
cartridge.
machine is not very old.
I know,
So if
but
you broke
no,
the machine, if
it's
you broke
covered.
the machine, you're buying
It's
one.
covered in cinnamon roll with it coffee right now.
So you need to go clean it up, right?
I told Lance, I said, I cleaned up a little bit of it, and I said, hey, I will clean this up when we hit a break. I'm not going to do it during the show, but once we hit break in 20 minutes from now, I will walk out of here, do my best to clean it spotless, and then come back in.
We'll see if that meets the ladies up front, meets their
Look
standard.
at my coffee. My old coffee
Clearly,
cup
you
got
did.
thrown.
Has anyone else ever had a Keurig K-Cup
Explode?
explode on them? No.
I don't know
Clearly
what
it was something you did
I
wrong.
put it in, went to the bathroom, do what I always do before the show, come on out, and it's just covered in soot.
Because it's not
Coffee
real
soup.
coffee. It smells like
Cinnamon roll with
Not
it
real
coffee.
Hey, this Thanksgiving, enjoy a stress-free holiday. It's a What's Your Beef Wednesday brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market. They offer the best meats for your celebration. Fresh turkeys, pork crown roast, prime rib, beef tenderloin, duck and duck breast, all available for Thanksgiving a week from tomorrow. Pre-order your sliced roasted turkey breast, or you can get your ham today for the ultimate convenience. Try Richard's complete holiday meal, including rolls, cornbread stuffing, mashed potatoes, green beans, and their famous homemade pumpkin pie. I would have to add some of Richard's potato salad, though, to really, set the table right. 479-443-0000. The place to get Thanksgiving dinner is at Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Look online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
Brian still hasn't paid me yet. Is
not
that gonna?
getting paid,
I'm not
dude.
gonna get paid.
No.
You notice he hasn't called in the
Getting
show.
called.
I mean, that's
Called other
all you need
shows.
to know.
Okay, I guess I should
He's
just
going to be dodging you for a while.
pass that beef by. I guess he's not gonna be a man. Here's one. Apparently, McDonald's has started to phase out self-serve soda machines, and they're gonna charge for refills.
I'm out. Done. I'm already hacked off that they don't have Coke Zero at the McDonald's in Arkansas. Now, I was at a McDonald's in New Orleans. They got Coke Zero. We got Diet Coke, sir. Well, that ain't the same.
That's not the same.
No. Well, you know that.
I will
Now,
agree.
if they, I'm gonna
I
tell
don't
you,
like. I don't
now,
like
they're
Diet
the leader
Coke.
and they set the trend, but I'm out. If they charge for refills, I'm done.
I don't
But
like-
I don't know how often I eat inside anyway.
I don't like Diet Colas, with the exception of Coke and Dr. Pepper Zero, or just Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar, I guess it's called. I haven't liked Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi, but those two I will drink, and I honestly think they're pretty good. My phone bill went up inexplicably this month, $10, and it was just like AT&T had an error in the system. I called the guy, and it's like, yeah, there's this error in the system. We don't know how it got there. It's not the end of the world, but like, when you get on, you've had this happen, and you've warned me against auto pay. I do it regardless. Luckily, I got it fixed before that, and $10 is not going to make or break me. But they didn't have an explanation on why they just charged me.
I hope you don't notice.
$10 more. That was
I hope you don't notice.
That was what I thought, and I mean, when it comes to
it's the holidays, they need your help.
Yeah, AT&T, Fortune 100 company needs my help.
Seen their stock price lately? Lately, it's been a little bit. Their stock
How
price
are stocks
has not
doing
been
right
good.
now? I let my buddy handle that.
I don't have a lot in there, but
Are you a guy that thinks he's smart enough to look at his stock portfolio and say that I can handle my own money?
No,
or do you trust someone else?
Somebody else.
Okay, all right. I have some. When as you grow older and you start to make a little more money, I have some friends that are making $200,000-$300,000 a year, lucky SOBs, and because they make that money in their everyday life, which they're good at what they do, they think they're smart enough than the guy or gal that does stocks and is a broker every day for a living. So they invest their own money. I'd straight up take this, make some return on it.
No,
here you go.
I'm with you.
It's the easiest way to do that, I think. But you're right about bills. I always think when I have a mess up on a bill and it's a larger company, I think I have no way to prove this, but I always think that they're trying to toss that in there without what would you say the without me noticing charge?
The hope you
don't notice charge. So that is
you really want to get and 906 on the number one sports talk show on the dial right now as we're talking bills this morning. Look down at the bottom at all the taxes, fees, and extras on your electric bill.
My paycheck or the electric bill?
Oh, you think your paycheck has a lot of deductions from the government?
Well,
look and see what happens to your. I don't have a cable bill anymore, but cable, water, all of those kind of things. Well, it's as bad as a hotel.
You remember what I showed you? And I forget
Look
if
at the bottom of your electric bill sometime. And what in the world is all this
I think
stuff?
we were in Dallas for SEC Media Days this past summer in Atlanta in the month, and I showed you because you had me. Hey, we'll get a receipt from the concierge or not the concierge, the front desk person, and I showed you. I was like, "What the hell is this?" And it had all these weird things that I had never heard of, and it's like $5, $10, $20, and I was like, what is this? And you kind of put your arm around me and you started explaining it to me. It's like, that's why I just do Airbnb and stuff like that. And especially when we're out of state.
It's built in.
Yeah. But cleaning fee and whatever not. If you haven't beat this morning, jump in with us, 877-377-6963. I kind of gave 3 right off the bat. One I didn't expect.
I'm hurting. That's my beef. I guess I'm getting old. I don't know. I get this I'm going to the chiropractor like the minute. I may leave the show early. I don't know if it's a sciatic nerve. I don't know what, but I've got this it's not like this level 10 shooting pain, but I got this pain from my hip to about my knee.
Probably can't golf anymore.
Oh, someone cut me at the hamstring. I'll slice it. I'll quit the game.
You know what you actually need to do? And
I've had slice it in the woods.
I have friends that are your age, right around 50, and they swear by this. You need to get you like a sauna or a cryogenic chamber or one of those ice bath things. Maybe all 3. But if you actually do that on a consistent basis, like when you get done golfing or get done walking in the morning or whatever.
I got a hot tub.
Do you get in every – well, that's good, but there's other – I think those other ones that I just listed are better for you. Now,
are you going to get in a plunge tub? Are you going to get in the cold
I've done
water?
it. It's not fun, but it feels – 1, it helps your metabolism. 2, it's very good for you, and it can prolong your life. I'm not pitching a certain brand or anything.
Good. I'll live to be 89 instead of 88.
Where do you when you see these studies that have
cheeseburger?
When you see the studies, Tommy, that have, and I promise we've got some sports stuff coming up. I got stuff I want to get to from Cal
that
last
bacon,
night.
It may cut years off your life.
And Pittman and stuff. When you see studies that like, hey, this can add so and so to your life, does it make you want to do the opposite again?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
yeah.
What about you?
When people say, if you eat clean your whole life, you could live 2 or 3 years longer.
I want to enjoy my life. I mean, living longer is fine, but if you're not enjoying it,
man, I've watched grandparents go through that. 80 plus is particularly 85 plus. It's not.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not
75 and put me in the ground.
No. 8. You get anything 80 is like overtime. It's bonus time. It's overage. for all the penalties. Use the soccer term.
Here's my
extra time.
This is what I
Man,
have.
it isn't a lot of fun once you get in about your mid-80s.
Yeah, and maybe I should, find a wife and procreate before I think about grandkids. There's a lot of stuff between now and then.
Choosing,
But
you figure out who's going to take care of you when you're that age.
Yeah, and that's I've already got one sister that's volunteered to be the caretaker of my parents, so she's already said that out loud. I'm like, don't even utter that. Like, we don't need to be in that line of thinking or whatever. But I just, when I'm that age, I don't think I'm going to be that mobile. Well, again, we're off in the weeds or whatever. But I am a strong. We hear of hard 75, like that diet. I'm hard 75. I want to die by 75 or at 75. But
yeah, till you're about 50, and
then it changes.
And your perspective on that change. Let me check the Bet Saracen app here real quick. And see
what are
if we
the
got odds on that for you? Speaking of the Bet Saracen app, I hadn't looked at a couple days. Let's see. Arkansas and Louisiana Tech moved down to 22 this morning. So
I would not bet on Arkansas. What is the
minus 1,800? So you can put 1,800 down to win $100.
If you're betting on Arkansas, why would you bet on Arkansas to cover? I'm not talking about win, but what in the last 4 or 5 years has led you to believe that they're going to stomp Louisiana Tech on Saturday? They're going to win, but there's no evidence that says this team's going to slaughter this team in Fayetteville at home. It's just
I can't
a
argue
lapse
that.
is coming. Here again, hear me clearly. They are going to win on Saturday, but it's not going to be pretty like it was against UAPB and Little Rock or anything close to that.
Here's your one, big boy. Number 5, Indiana. Number 2, Ohio State. Any guess on the line?
Is it like 10?
Nope.
Okay. What is it?
12.5.
Wow. See, I think the Buckeyes are going to maul them on Saturday. Kirk Cignetti has just been talking and talking. He's backed it up through 10 games, but he hasn't walked into an atmosphere like he is in the Horseshoe and a roster he has to go up against like Ohio State. And I think the question is, if they get blown out, what is their argument to be in the college football playoff? College football playoff rankings came up last night.
Oh, yeah.
Let's root for Indiana
That's
over
what we
Ohio
ought to be
State.
beeping about right there.
The only good thing that could come out of that game is, like you said, Big C, if Indiana wins, Ohio State might be eliminated. Even though they would have 2 top 5 losses, one at home, one on the road, probably both close. They could be out.
Indiana's never had a season like this, so I'm
Go Hoosiers.
I'm hoping it continues, man.
Me too. All right, let's get into our opening drive.
Monday after the Missouri game, I've got 6 guys that I'm going to bring in and talk to myself, or coaches are going to talk to. They're players, but there's 6 in there that I want to sit down and talk to, and certainly you could probably imagine who they are, and they would be juniors.
Some of those SEC teams, if they make it, will wind up going on the road. My gut tells me that all of them won't, that at least somebody's going to wind up with a home game out of it.
Who's going to drive in this? And so to see everybody there, it's just that people will tough it out to come to the games and get to Bud Walton.
This is the opening drive presented by First Financial Mortgage in Fort Smith.
So a couple of things there. I want to start with the initial statement from Sam Pittman here on our opening drive. Have you evaluated the roster for next year? Have you gone up and down from the Chuck and Bo to the Morning Rush to halftime and Ruskin and Zach? Who's getting invited back for 2025? Who's going to be asked to leave behind closed doors?
We may go
Who you're going to try and convince back?
Into executive session soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's involved in that? Is it like Dale, Jamie? Is it just you?
What do you
like? How does that? I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
Have you ever been in those meetings?
No.
That's all you need to know then.
Well, I have been asked back. We're going to go on year 7 next year. So I am a super, super senior. I'm just a little tense right now because my eligibility is waning.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm as stressed
we got
as
these new freshmen in the morning. You kind of dropped on the depth chart here a little bit lately. Your production and your stats really need to pick up.
I know. And again, when you bring in a added value and added stuff to the team, you would expect it to go up, but instead I've shrunk.
And then
in the
we
moment.
got this young red shirt named Colton in here. That's man, he's been on the practice squad, but he's been looking good. He's been flashing. So
the only problem about the transfer portal in radio, it's pretty small, pretty minimal, pretty minute. There's not a lot of eligible suitors and coaches and recruiters out there that are vying for the talentless Ty Richardson. So I guess in the next, where are we at? 40 days, I've got to prove my worth to the coaching staff and figure out between now and then how I'm going to stay on the roster for next year. It's a tall task. Let me tell you.
I think this, what Sam, he's got 6 guys he wants to convince to come back that are juniors. Taylon Green's, amongst that group of players we assume he's talking about. But I don't think it's just about those guys that, have a choice between maybe the NFL, a senior season somewhere else. I think you better be right in the middle of and I know Braylon Russell's been injured, but there's a young freshman that you think he could help some other Power 5 teams? Of course he could. So, I mean, is Luke Haas satisfied with the role he's had in this offense this season? I mean, there's some other guy, and I bet he's in that group too that Sam's talking about, but I don't think
we harped on him last year.
Right.
You better lock him up last year. They did, and now it's like.
But don't you think Braylon Russell's another one because he's the future in the backfield for you?
Well, you think about that setup for.
I want him back, and I don't think he's leaving or going anywhere. But listen, money talks, and you know what else walks.
I had a clip of Luke Haas talking about his production earlier this season. I don't have it on me now, but at least on the surface, he seems like a team guy and is willing to contribute. But he doesn't have a lot of catches this year. I don't even know if he surpassed 20 catches this season. You've got the stats over there. I can look it up. Christian, we look that up real quick and see how many
I don't have the
catches he's had. But I think that that's sometimes you try and pull things out of air on radio when it comes to sports topics and discussions. I mean,
No, I don't. I deeply research everything I say.
Carissa Thompson. I think in this case, there are players on this roster. Maybe you're more worried about some underclassmen than you would be upperclassmen. Now, you mentioned Taylon Green. You love to get Xavier Sorey back. He's been fantastic this year. I mean, what a pickup for this Arkansas defense. And some other linebackers. I know Steven Dix was on the other day. He was with the media last night, and he was talking about the possibility of coming back as well. I think it's interesting. Here's what he said last night.
Well, since I have here, obviously that's a possibility I have to take in consideration. I think for my first year being here in the SEC, man, I think I've done pretty decent, obviously, but I'm hard on myself. Obviously I have high expectations, but I think definitely I'm going to have to really sit down, talk it over with my family, and just, see what's best for me, man. And like he said, I'm a man of faith, man, see where God wants me to be, whether that's here at Arkansas or the next level.
That's Dix, again, last night talking about the potential of him winding up in Arkansas. Colton just added this clip. Here's what Luke Haas had to say earlier this season. By the way, 21 catches.
21 catches, 278.
Here's what Luke said earlier this season in production his last few games.
Well, I'm feeling great right now. I feel so much better. I mean, I feel younger, if that's even possible for how young I am. But I think the biggest thing is building trust with Taylon and Coach Petrino and the offense, and just knowing that I can do what I can do, and they've been able to see that at practice, and it's paid off in the games.
Where do you think 21 catches for the year ranks on the team? In terms of
Andrew's the alpha. Broden would be one in terms of targets. He just hadn't cut the number of balls. I'm going to say it's fourth.
Third.
Okay. So it's behind Satania.
Yep. Yeah. Who do you think leads the team as far as receivers in receiving touchdowns?
It's not Armstrong. Satania?
Nope.
Is it Broden?
Nope.
Not Armstrong. It's not. Is it Tesla?
Here's the good news. It's Luke Haas.
Okay.
4.
Okay.
Wow.
Red zone, Luke. And he caught that long ball against Oklahoma State.
In fact, when you look at how many 12 receiving touchdowns, see 6 of them, the top 2 touchdown getters as far as receivers are both tight ends.
I would love to, Coach Pittman.
When people say, well, maybe, when you look at the numbers, maybe what I said earlier is he happy with his role in the offense? Well, 21 catches, but 4 of them for touchdowns, a little under 300 yards. I think there's a bigger role in the future for him, but the numbers aren't as off as maybe I first thought.
This is never going to happen, but I would love to be a fly on the wall in these conversations Monday, like Coach Pittman said after the Missouri, just to listen to what that sounds like. Like who's lead? I'm Coach Pittman's leading it off, or Coach Turner, tight ends coach. Like who's in there? What's being talked about? Is it money? Is it production? Is it what they envision for, in Luke's case, his junior year? That would be a fun just sit in as a fan, radio host, whatever, to see what's going on when something like that. All right, that is your opening drive this morning, brought to you by our friends at First Financial Mortgage. Really appreciate Ethan allowing me to drive home to a home every single day. Not a house, a home. He's the best mortgage lender in the area. Him, Emily, their entire team do a great job. Just got their 300th review on Google Reviews. They have a 5.0 rating on Google Reviews right now. Give him a call, 479-782-9300, or go online to ffb1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender. And if you ever get paired with Ethan on a golf team or scramble, you're probably going to win, unless it's with me, because I will bring the team down like I did last weekend, unfortunately.
Well, it's been nice. It's been nice weather. I was out walking this morning. It's 41 degrees. It's in the 30s in Northwest Arkansas, 41 south of the tunnel this morning. It is crisp and cool.
Do I have to turn the faucets on only if it gets below 32, or if it's around 30s, run them?
I would say upper 20s.
Okay. All right.
Wouldn't get
so I'm
carried away
good.
yet.
Like, I'm going away this weekend.
Oh.
I don't have to leave them on. Okay.
You're fine.
I just don't want to come back to a flooded house.
Hey, Friday, you mentioned Ethan there. We're not going to be far from his office. We're going to be at Mock Legal Solutions in Fort Smith. It's a takeover on Friday. The Morning Rush, halftime, Ruskin and Zach, all at Mock Legal Solutions this Friday from 9 to 6. Come by and see us for all three shows. Meet your favorite guys, have something to eat, and enter to win a $100 gift card from Walmart or a $250 Walmart gift card and a fully decorated Christmas tree that will be given away Friday. Visit with Jackie and her team, who always give you real advice at a reasonable price. They specialize in family law, including divorce, custody, and guardianships, wills and estates, and more. Licensed in Arkansas and Oklahoma. It's an ESPN Arkansas takeover Friday at Mock Legal Solutions in Fort Smith.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hey, Hawk fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. And this is Matt, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Folks, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
No, it's not Christmas yet.
No, Mom, he's referring to football season.
Oh, speaking of football, guess what we just got in?
Season tickets?
Sideline passes?
Well, close. We just started receiving the Nike sideline apparel like hats and polos.
Yeah, but did we get jerseys?
Yeah, we got both kinds, cardinal and white.
We also have youth and adult sizes.
That's great. People have been asking for that for quite some time now. Matt, by the way, I did some research, and there's no shot for going viral.
Oh, Lord. Mom, he's a goner.
Anyway, besides Nike, we also have Champion, Cutter & Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many other brands.
All at the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, which is 989 South Razorback Road, next to Baumwalker Stadium. Matt, you tell them all about them interweb page for him.
He means the website, which is shoponrazorback.com.
Or give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
This is the Morning Rush. House here in Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Valley Family Dental, formerly known as Riley Farm Dental, at the entrance to Riley Farms, provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients better lives with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, now offering same-day crown service. Mention you heard this ad on ESPN Radio at your next appointment and receive a free bleaching kit or $100 off in-office accelerated whitening. Call 226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're needing a used car, we've got them. Everything from the most affordable cash cars to road-ready certified with warranty. The best used cars your money can buy. And we've got a finance option for everyone, whether you have great credit and you're looking for the best rate or you're needing to build your credit with a reputable lender. We've got you. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath.
Stop by the Golf Nut today and check out the full line of lab putters featuring Lie-Angle balanced technology. Lab putters were used by 14% of professionals in the 2024 Masters Tournament. All models of the new Scotty Cameron Phantom putters are in stock, including the longer 38-inch model. Come discover the biggest selection of name brand clubs, apparel, and accessories in the region. The Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue, your #1 golf shop for over 30 years.
Waldron Wave Rural Connect. Internet is now available in your area. Fast fiber internet and full-featured home phone are ready for you. This covers areas around Waldron, Bates, Winfield, Y-City, and more. Check out your address online today. The best whole home solution of internet and phone, all from a local provider you can trust. Order online at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
I doubt you thought paint was anything like football, right? So you've got a favorite football team. Your painting team at the paint store in Van Buren gets you a solid primer, the perfect color, and a durable defense. That is what you want, right? Our team of Richards Paint and expertise always win for you. Whether contractor or do-it-yourself, we have the best team. The paint store in Van Buren. Go Hogs!
Dozy Place has now been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years. Celebrate your special birthday, holiday, person, or just because at Dozy Place. Start with delicious appetizers and your choice of drinks from the largest selection of wines, beer, and liquor in the River Valley. Dozy Place is open Tuesday through Thursday 5 till 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended, so call 784-9111. 784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street, Fort Smith.
If you knew all that Jody's Auto Service Centers can do for your vehicle and you'd never take your vehicle anywhere else.
My fleet is small, 14 trucks and cars. It's a struggle every day with parts, employees, and scheduling, but one thing I never worry about is vehicles. Jody's has special fleet pricing, special in and out service, or free shuttle and pickup and delivery service. And they do everything: service, repair, and maintenance. That makes my life much easier. All my vehicles go to Jody's.
Latest technology and highly trained technicians means we could do it all. From the most highly technical repairs to everyday oil change specials, tires, everything, even diesels. Jody'sAuto.com. Schedule free shuttle service or pickup and delivery. Get a tire quote, get financing. Jody's Auto Service Centers, voted best of the best by our customers year after year. We're your neighbors since 1984 with 3 full-service locations in Fort Smith and Van Buren. See for yourself at JODYSAuto.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Arkansas football. It's the players running through the A. Hog hats. It's more than 70,000 fans calling Woo Pig Suey.
Yes, sir.
Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
Big C, I went to go pick up the coffee remains from the Keurig, and they were already cleaned up. Cindy already did my job. I just want to let you know that I attempted to clean up my own mess, but
they knew you were not capable.
Yeah. I will say I was really tempted there. And this is the worst side of me coming out. You were like waddling. I could tell you're all hurt. I really wanted to poke you and see if you tip over.
No, I don't know what I've done. You know, I think it's a sciatic nerve, which don't ask me to spell it, but it hurts.
Do you think if I pushed you that you would be able to like pull yourself up?
I mean, I walked 3 miles this morning. I powered through it, but it is hurting.
Okay. All right. That's I just assumed you skipped the walk.
No. Even jogged up the hills.
Okay. Coach Cal didn't skip his radio show last night. Also didn't skip talking about Isaiah Sealy, his latest signee, Springdale High School. Zach Arns gets to call his game each and every week. Here's what Coach had to say about Isaiah.
I go and I want to watch all the best Arkansas players, because if I think they need to be here, that they're good enough to play here, that they can have an impact here, then I want them here. So I saw Isaiah Sealy at the EYBL in Georgia, in Augusta. And I'm watching him, and I'm like saying, the game's kind of moving to him. He's long. He's skinny right now, but I've had skinny guys. But he plays rough. He can shoot the ball. Biggest thing, folks, he has a quick twitch, which means he's quick off his feet, quick to get the ball to the basket, quick to block a shot. Listen to me, I've done this a long time. You can't teach that. You either have a quick twitch or you don't have a quick twitch. And I think he's going to be one of those guys we'll be talking about for years here.
I don't know if he's necessarily in that Malik Monk category, but if you're a high school basketball fan and you live across Northwest Arkansas and you see the Bulldogs are playing close, I mean, this is a kid that's not only going to be a Razorback, but go watch this kid play.
All their games are close. I mean, more or less.
Yeah.
So they'll make a trip to Fort Smith, but they'll be in a town near you soon. So, and I'd suggest go see one of their home games. They just opened a brand new arena, and
that's right. And you could see Zach Lawrence.
I would say, I would say there's a better than 50% chance, a high likelihood, maybe, that they'll host the 6A state tournament this year there. Generally, when you build a new arena, it's kind of like building a new stadium in the NFL. You get a Super Bowl fairly soon. Well, I think you'll see a state tournament there this year. Be my guess.
We were just discussing Braylon Russell, a couple of underclassmen in the last segment. I know we didn't get a chance to see Braylon on Saturday. Here's what Coach said about him this week.
I think that's the whole thing with Braylon. I mean, he really didn't get completely everything will be okay with him until Friday. And so missed a lot of full speed reps, and certainly with having JJ back and all that, it would affect his reps some anyway. But if he's healthy, we'll certainly use him. He's a good player.
Hopefully he will be on Saturday. Now, you know what we talked about, Patrick Kudus and him only having 4 games left when he came back to redshirt? I would think, like, there's certain guys who obviously play because they're not dealing with redshirt, but you're not going to play Kudus on Saturday, are you? When Missouri's still left on the schedule? I know the bowl game doesn't count towards that 4.
If he's healthy, don't you want to get him out there some? I mean, you got to win this game.
So, okay. So I'm wrong to say save him for Missouri. If this is the 4th game, I mean, you got Tech and Missouri down the stretch.
Like to have a game
he's played in 3?
He's played in 3 to get that red shirt.
Saved him for Missouri.
Okay. So that's not wrong for me to think that way.
No, I think
you're pondering.
Right. I'm pondering that because here's the thing. You put all the pressure on the Missouri game if you don't win this week, and I think this team can win without him. They've won without him already this year. They can win this game without him. So, yeah, I don't really know why I had to think that long about it.
Hopefully they've got their full complement of team for next week. All right, that is your Hog Update this morning. It's brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8
Ryan's been patiently waiting in Hot Springs. Ryan, welcome into the Morning Rush.
Hey, Bubba. I thought I'd give y'all my what's my beef. Now, I'm gonna do my little best not to sound like I got loser mentality. I'm trying to be realistic when it comes to this football program. But I'm kind of over everybody that's like no moral victories. But a lot of these same people that are saying no moral victories were the same people that didn't give us a chance even to make a bowl game. They were 3-9, 4-8, maybe 5-7. And my issue with that though is we played a tough Texas team, showed that we could get off the mat, and it's been pretty well documented through this year that we're way behind. Well, maybe not way behind, but we're definitely behind the NIL. And until we get caught up in NIL, we're going to have seasons like this. And I'm not going to say that I'm willing to accept it, but also we just seen our AD just have to extort us to donate to NIL just to put the slobber hog on the.
I don't know if it was necessarily. I don't know if I'd label it as extortion. I thought it was a creative way to raise money.
I say that tongue in cheek. I mean that jokingly. But my point is, though, he had to do something drastic, though, to get us to donate to NIL.
Well, I think you've got to get creative. You can't say, hey, on one hand, get creative, find ways to raise the money. I don't want to give any, but find ways to raise the money. And then when they do something creative, that now you criticize. You can't have it. You can't have it both ways. Brought to you by APAC Arcola. Great jobs. In fact, I was noticing that's out last night about 10 o'clock. They were paving 540 in the River Valley. Hundreds of, I say probably 75 or 100 dump trucks and hundreds of people out working on that job last night. Great jobs, great pay, great benefits, and an opportunity to move up with a great company. Go to jobs.crh.com. That's jobs.crh.com.
Arkansas's home for the best sports talk.
It's for work purposes, so I can expense it.
I'll show you exactly where to put your expense report on that one.
This is the Morning Rush.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hey, Hawk fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. And this is Matt, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Folks, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
No, it's not Christmas yet.
No, Mom, he's referring to football season.
Oh, speaking of football, guess what we just got in?
Season tickets?
Sideline passes?
Well, close. We just started receiving the Nike sideline apparel like hats and polos.
Yeah, but did we get jerseys?
Yeah, we got both kinds, cardinal and white.
We also have youth and adult sizes.
That's great. People have been asking for that for quite some time now. Matt, by the way, I did some research, and there's no shot for going viral.
Oh, Lord. Mom, he's a goner.
Anyway, besides Nike, we also have Champion, Cutter & Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many other brands.
All at the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, which is 989 South Razorback Road, next to Baumwalker Stadium. Matt, you tell them all about them interweb pages.
He means the website, which is shoponrazorback.com.
Or give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're needing a used car, we've got them. Everything from the most affordable cash cars to road-ready certified with warranty. The best used cars your money can buy. And we've got a finance option for everyone, whether you have great credit and you're looking for the best rate or you're needing to build your credit with a reputable lender. We've got you. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath.
Get ready for the biggest sporting event of the year in the Arklahoma area. Modern Gun Deer Season 2024 and Jelco Outdoors has everything you need to have a great hunt. Hunting clothing and boots, rifles, ammo, tree stands, ground blinds, cover sets, feeders, knives, rangefinders, and everything you need for all the family to have a great deer season. Jelco wishes all the hunters good luck and safe hunting from your friends at Jelco Outdoors in Fort Smith.
This is a public service announcement for hard seltzer lovers. Neutral Vodka Seltzer has arrived. Made with simple ingredients like vodka, seltzer, and real juice. Neutral tastes good. Like real good. So good that you'll never want to drink another artificial tasting seltzer again. Neutral's light and refreshing taste will show you what a vodka seltzer can be. Try Neutral, the one with the umlaut. Copyright 2023 Neutral Distilled Spirit Specialty, Los Angeles, California. Enjoy responsibly.
Who can you trust to sell your home for the most money with the least amount of drama? You need a team of agents with decades of experience, commitment, and of course, tens of thousands in marketing. I'm talking about the Limbird team. Tara Limbird, Limbird Real Estate Group, has sold over $1 billion in real estate. Tara's team can give you a cash offer in 72 hours, or use Tara's high-octane marketing to sell your home quite possibly for thousands over asking. Find out more at LimbirdTeam.com.
On ESPN Arkansas, download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite. White perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting. From the earliest odds to in-game live betting, BetOnline provides you with all the action and the ability to watch the games as they happen. With the largest selection of odds on everything from football, NBA, and college basketball, NHL to UFC and MMA. Head to BetOnline today to get in on the action with America's most trusted site for online wagering. BetOnline, the game starts here.
Hey, ESPN 96.3 and hitthatline.com. Have you been to Swark Liquor? Trey Gentry and his team have a phenomenal spot. It's the first liquor stop in Arkansas for our Dallas and Texas fans traveling up to the hill. So if you're heading to Fayetteville, the lake, a cabin weekend, hunting, fishing, or any other activity you need your favorite drink, stop by Swark Liquor. And check out their apparel too. You'll want to wear it. Swark Liquor, 864 East Collin Ray Drive in Queen, Arkansas. Swark Liquor, we promise to keep them cold for you.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Van. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, pool deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561.
Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
NIL, we can expect more out of football. I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but it's kind of what he said, right?
Yeah.
Got to get caught up first. Isn't basketball number one in NIL spending?
Yep.
By like a long shot?
Apparently.
So and here's the question. Should we be tempering expectations for basketball? If it boils, can you have it both ways? Well, we need more money to compete in football, but you got more money. You're spending more money than anybody in basketball. You can't limit expectations because you don't have the money in one sport, or does that not translate to basketball because of roster size? I'm conflicted on this because you can't tell me over here in football, hey, pump the brakes. You shouldn't fire Sam. You shouldn't all that because you don't have the money. And I agree with that. He's behind on a resource basis.
Okay.
But you don't lack any resource at all in basketball. So why, if I sit here and say, by God, I expect to go to the Final Four this year, tell me why I'm wrong to view it that way if it's about money, and that's what they all want to tell you. Hey, we need you to donate. We need your money. We need your commitment to NIL. Well, you got the money for basketball. Tell me why saying it out loud, hey, this team should go to the Final Four. Where am I wrong on that?
Year one in injuries and depth, which I think Cal, again, after this season, they won't do this 9-man crap. I mean, you had 7 guys 2 nights ago. They will not do this next year. And the roster size that you've talked about is going to move up to 15 scholarship players, at least that you can.
You're not going to play 15 players. You're not going to play 12 players.
You're not. But this will be the last time that Cal ever goes with this 9-man philosophy, in my opinion. I don't think you're wrong to have that opinion. I would say second weekend. I think anything outside of the second weekend is a failure.
But if I spend more money than anyone else, I mean I'm being a little over the top about it because we're constantly beat over the head that you need to give to, and you're a bad fan if you don't give. Well, I mean, it's not the fans, it's the boosters that have given all the money for basketball, but all the reports are that you've got more money than you've spent more than anyone else.
I don't have.
So if money equals wins now,
it doesn't.
Yeah.
And that's the point I wanted to get to.
Okay.
So having an expectation in football to be better than you've been, even though you're not spending as much, I think is still reasonable too. And that's the point I wanted to drive at. Money doesn't equal wins.
What's the question? We're kind of going in a circle. What is the eventual question?
The question is, should you have higher expectations in basketball based on NIL?
Yeah, no question. I agree 100%.
Beyond second weekend.
Well, not with injuries. You can have all the good players, but if they're injured
now, but if everyone's healthy in February and March, then that's off the table.
I just keep coming back. If they're not, it's kind of like what we talk about in football. If you're dealing with injuries in August and September and you're lesser part of the schedule, what makes you think you're not going to deal with them in October and November when it's that much more physical? The SEC, as you always talk about,
So Alabama isn't going to have them. Tennessee isn't going to have them. Duke isn't going to have them.
But what I'm saying is Arkansas has 4 less scholarship. That's not true. 4 less. We're going to utilize you any way we can, players in any situations. So you've already cut your roster by a third, and Arkansas again. You put yourself, and Cal has put himself in this situation where if he has 1 or 2 injuries to key players, which the only 9 guys are the key players.
So if Alabama has an injury to a key player, they just
if something happens to Sears or Nelson, but Tommy, there's a lot you can't deny that there wouldn't be a lot more of an impact of an injury here in Fayetteville than there would in Tuscaloosa versus the roster Nate Oates has from 1 to 13 versus the roster Cal has from 1 to 9. That's where I'm coming from. So
I'm coming from the money.
The money's right. I don't disagree with that at all. But so have you?
If we're going to say that money's the only thing holding the football program back,
then it should be surging and pushing the basketball.
You got to get the right guys.
By the way, I got to throw it. Did anyone see the crowd in Lexington last night against Lipscomb?
No, I didn't watch a second.
Was it full house?
It's pretty.
Oh my God!
It's pretty packed.
Really?
One, I don't know if it was sold out, but it was. It's pretty packed. Here's a headline. I don't know if you've seen this from Barstool Sports. Now, by the way, Bobby Regan is a Kentucky guy, but he wanted to make sure to throw stones in this. A sad look. John Calipari is being forced to beg and plead with Arkansas fans to show up to his games. I think one of the other things that needs to be tied in on this when it comes to home attendance is, now Cal preached against this, but these expectations that you're talking about, they're only applying in postseason, right, Tommy? Like, you don't have these lofty expectations in the regular season and even at the beginning of conference play. Like, you just have your expectations to be prolonged in postseason.
Mm-hmm.
I think, again, we're still under the mindset that just because Cal has these 5-star guys, talented transfer players and everything else, that's just going to snap to and work right now. I think some of our fan base, and I get all up myself in on this included, that we have overhyped the preseason, especially with the Kansas win, the regular season, and then what could come early.
Well,
which is not, again, he has preached against that over and over and over again.
Tapping down expectations.
What did Cal do in his first two or 3 years at Kentucky? Did he light the world on fire?
Different day and time. You were recruiting,
that's true.
6, 7, 5-star freshmen every year because you had 4 or 5 going out the back door to the NBA. It's just a different world then. You can't compare 15 years ago to today. But here's my expectation in the short term.
Okay.
Don't go over against Illinois, Miami, and Michigan. And I'd like to see you win 2 of those, but I mean, and I don't expect you to win all 3. I'd like you to win the one I'm at in Madison Square Garden.
Selfishly, I would like you
and I'd like my Thanksgiving afternoon to be a little more delightful. But don't go over in those, because those games matter because they matter to the expectations and the viewpoint of the fan base and how opinions get formed, because those 3 games are going to get watched exponentially more than the games we're watching now on Streaming Plus.
I hate to push off the basketball conversation to February, but let's revisit this when you go to Lexington and then you host Alabama that following Saturday. That's the most pivotal week in Arkansas basketball. As much as you'd like to win these non-conference games that you're talking about, and especially one that you're at, you're going to love MSG, by the way. It's like you can feel the basketball history.
Well, there'll be
within
more
that facility.
Arkansas fans there than some of these home games that we've had.
I think a lot of people are making it a destination weekend and doing a lot of their Christmas stuff there. So I would think yes. All right, that is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily Question. Tommy, one more time, sum it up again.
Should we expect more from, if it's all about money?
Yes.
You got plenty of money. So is it right to have higher expectations for basketball? And again, not just make the tournament, not just make the second weekend. If you're out there and you say this team should go to a Final Four, I don't think that's way off base from if we're always told it's about NIL money and that's what you got to have to win, then I think you should expect it in basketball.
Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily Question. Check out Christian and Nate's facility at cartpasssocial.com, located at Lowell 122 Grant Place. 2-man league starting the first week of December. Check it out at cartpasssocial.com, and they have a membership deal going on right now where you sign up for a membership to the best indoor golf facility in all of Arkansas. You're going to get 2 months for $99 a month. That gives you half off all golf. So you just go a couple times and it pays for itself. cartpasssocial.com, the best indoor golf facility. Over 500 courses to choose from right in the heart of Northwest Arkansas. Now in Northwest Arkansas, Isaiah Seeley plays for the Springdale Bulldogs. Officer Breeden's called in, wants to talk about it a little bit. What's up, Officer Breeden?
Well, a couple things. First of all, back to Tommy's point, NIL money will buy you people. It will not buy you dedication, hard work, or a championship attitude. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Agree with that.
Secondly, Isaiah Seeley, just to give you some genetic background on him. His great-grandmother and great-grandfather were both captains of basketball teams who won state championships back in the 50s.
Oh, wow.
His grandmother was an all-star with some of the Fort Smith Girls Club teams. That's before the girls' athletics were reinstated back in the schools. His mother was a 2-time all-conference at Van Buren, and his mother was also an all-conference player at Van Buren. So you certainly have some basketball genetics with this kid.
Well, I mean, those things matter. I mean,
absolutely,
those things matter.
Plus, you get the whole family will be backing this kid. So, and the kid's he's a smart kid. He's made some good decisions, and I expect great things from him.
And a good decision selecting to ultimately sign with the Arkansas basketball program. Appreciate the call, Officer Breeden.
All right, have a great day, gentlemen.
See, I want to go off his point, the hard work and dedication. It is funny to me how sometimes as fans, and I've done this too, I don't want to bring myself out of this category. I've done this too. When you got a non-Arkansas kid that's on the roster and you feel like he didn't give it his all on a particular play or game or whatever we say, well, he doesn't have the heart of a Razorback. You don't have anyone on this roster right now outside of Lawson Blake, who's injured, that's from Arkansas, right? With Devo gone, all the other players gone. That is going to be, I'm just telling you this is coming. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just telling you it's coming. It's like when they lose, and inevitably it's going to happen, and there'll be a loss or a stretch, a string of losses. Our fans are going to say, well, this team isn't really about Arkansas or the Razorback tradition and program. There are so many guys and gals that have come through this athletics department that weren't from here and became Arkansas Razorbacks. But that is going, I'm telling you, it's coming when it comes to this basketball program.
I mean, just look at some of your Hall of Fame coaches. None of them.
McDonald, Richardson, Broyles. Where else do you want to go? Sutton. It's like the pay to silent us out, whatever. I mean, it's just, I hope, and I think it's important with Isaiah signing, you still get an Arkansas kid each class, even if you don't think he's going to be the best.
Good enough to play here.
Yes, that's true. But as we saw with Reed Sheppard, a lot of Kentucky fans didn't think he was going to be remotely as good as the other guys. Sometimes a little more.
But that's where the great eye of a coaching staff should pick that up when maybe others aren't. Hey, a quick word for our friends at Modular Orange. 479-755-3043 is their number. For $95 a month, they will help you create your custom website for your business. Has everything that you need on it. And they'll let you focus on your business while they focus on keeping your website looking great each and every month. If you're using Facebook as your website, you need to really think that through. You don't control it. They control who gets to see it. It's not really the best way to go for your business to grow your business. $95 a month. See more at modularorange.com. That's modularorange.com.
Hey, Hog fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert.
And this is Matt, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
Folks, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
No, it's not Christmas yet.
No, Mom, he's referring to football season.
Oh, speaking of football, guess what we just got in?
Season tickets?
Sideline passes?
Well, close. We just started receiving the Nike sideline apparel like hats and polos.
Yeah, but did we get jerseys?
Yeah, we got both kinds, cardinal and white.
We also have youth and adult sizes.
That's great. People have been asking for that for quite some time now. Matt, by the way, I did some research, and there's no shot for going viral.
Oh, Lord. Mom, he's a goner.
Anyway, besides Nike, we also have Champion, Cutter & Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many other brands.
All at the largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, which is 989 South Razorback Road, next to Baumwalker Stadium. Matt, you tell them all about them interweb-based brands.
He means the website, which is shop-on-razorback.com.
Or give us a call at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs!
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen, because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid, and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my Double R prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
This is The Morning Rush.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Up to $10,000 off or $7,000 off and 0% financing on select 2024 GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 24 GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off or take $7,000 in discounts and 0% financing with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Walk-Ons is always a win, whether it's for a post-game celebration, drinks with the crew, or an easy weeknight dinner. Walk-Ons has you covered. Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers and cocktails. Dig into their mouth-watering menu items like po' boys, gumbo, and voodoo shrimp, plus fan favorites like juicy burgers and fresh salads. Find your nearest location in Rogers, Fayetteville, Fort Smith, Conway, and Little Rock, or order online or in the app. Walk-On Sports Bistro for the win.
Looking to boost your health and feel your best? Elite Wellness and Aesthetics in Fort Smith is here to help. Starting at only $200 a month, semaglutide and tirzepatide are weight loss shots that can kickstart your journey to a healthier, more confident you. And with Elite's hormone therapy treatments, you can restore balance, energy, and vitality. Take control of your health today with Elite Wellness and Aesthetics. 479-242-9355 to schedule your appointment or visit FortSmithElite.com. Elite Wellness and Aesthetics, getting to know you inside and out.
Hey, Ty Richardson for the Morning Rush. We're ecstatic to be at Mock Legal Solutions in Fort Smith Friday, November the 22nd, halftime. And Ruskin and Zach will also be there. They're celebrating Christmas early by giving away Walmart gift cards and a fully decorated Christmas tree. Come by and see the ESPN Arkansas team at 3401 South 79th Street in Fort Smith at Mock Legal Solutions. To register for the giveaway, go to hitthatline.com. Mock Legal Solutions. Real advice, reasonable price.
Witz Marine, your authorized Mercury dealer, is ready to take care of your winterization needs. With cold weather just around the corner, be sure to get your Mercruiser stern drives drained and flushed with antifreeze. For those with outboards, it's a great time to change the oil and service the lower unit. Plus, treat your fuel for a trouble-free next season. Don't get caught this winter. It's also a great time to repower the old boat with a new reliable Mercury engine. That's Witz Marine, your authorized repower center, 823 North 11th next to Wheeler Power Sports in Fort Smith.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, sunny skies, much cooler. A high this afternoon in the middle to upper 50s with a strong west-northwesterly wind anywhere from 15 to 25 miles per hour. Mainly clear, we settle back into the upper 30s overnight, and Thursday lots of sunshine, low 50s north, low 60s south. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Shamrock Liquor Warehouse, 5609 Midland Boulevard, your leader in fine wines, beers, and spirits. KERX, Parents Fort Smith.
Hey, we can't make you a morning person, but we can make your mornings.
ESPN 95.3. This hour of the Morning Rush is brought to you by Bud Light, brewed with the best barley, rice, water, and hops to be America's favorite light beer. Bud Light, please drink responsibly.
Oregon, Texas, Miami, and Boise State. To where Boise State is ranked ahead of BYU from the Big 12. So right now, Boise State would in fact get that other bye.
Let's just go and jump into hour two. I know Tommy's ecstatic to see how far up the rankings the Boise State Broncos are on the list. 12 on the AP poll, 12, more importantly, the college football playoff rankings. The interesting tidbit that you heard from Reese Davis there, who appeared on Chuck and Bo this morning, was setup plays out. They could be that 4 seed getting a bye. The Boise State Broncos, who did play Oregon tough earlier this year. That was a good game. And have one of the best running backs in college football, the best running back in college football that's up for the Heisman Trophy. But I don't think anyone thinks they're one of the best 4 teams in the country.
It's a What's Your Beef Wednesday.
That's a beef
Are you beefing with the College Football Committee's rankings after last night? We'll talk more about it. Richard Davenport kept it up as well. Hey, Thanksgiving's a week and a day away. Best food holiday of the year. And Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville can help you have the best celebration with turkeys, pork crown roast, prime ribs, beef tenderloin, duck, and duck breast, all there. Plus, they'll take care of all the sides, including rolls and cornbread stuffing and mashed potatoes and green beans and their famous homemade pumpkin pie. If you need just sides, grab their delicious cooked items that are separately there, packaged and ready to go. They can even bring it out curbside for pickup as well. Richard's Country Meat Market, 479-443-0000. Or stop in and see them at 3042 North Market Avenue in Fayetteville and online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
We got a text earlier from Ryan in Prairie Grove. He said, never in my 37 years on this earth did I think that I'd hear college football bracketology. But that's what we have more and more each and every year. We'll see if it ever expands to 16 or 20 or whatever they point it to. Heather Dinich or Joe Lenardi? Who has the tougher job? Heather covers the college football playoff. Joe covers
Lenardi.
College basketball, still with
more
68.
Lot bigger field, a lot more teams, a lot more to keep up with.
Well, Richard Davenport has a lot to keep up with. Current recruits, potential recruits, current players. He joins us now. He's with Whole Hog Sports and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. Richard, let's start with some guys in town this past weekend. What kind of feedback? It was a close game. Unfortunately, Arkansas lost, but what kind of feedback did you get with some recruits that made their way for the Texas game?
Well, I think most of them liked what they saw of the defense and the offense in the second half. Obviously, not in the first half, but probably didn't get into a lot of details, but probably some of the things that we saw is that Arkansas was a couple of plays away of making it very, very, very interesting. And Centennia, and then that time when Talon was flushed out of the pocket by the blitzing linebacker or safety, I can't remember which one, and he had Jackson kind of wide open. That would have been interesting to see what would have happened if Arkansas was 14-13 ahead going into the last part of the game. But just a little bit that I communicated with, kids were still impressed. I mean, you're not, obviously Texas was the better team on Saturday, but I think they saw a team that wasn't that far away from, if they just quit turning the ball over in big games, you might see some different outcomes.
You mentioned the pass blocking scheme, that if it had been like corrected or fixed or whatever, they probably would have scored a touchdown there. I know they're still trying to add to their offensive line. Just got a commitment from, I believe, JUCO offensive lineman Bubba Craig. What can you tell us about Arkansas's latest commit?
Yeah, I saw him on the sideline against Ole Miss, and first thing I thought was, man, this dude is huge. And you know, some guys are, you know, 6'6", 315 like he's listed, and they look pretty good. But I mean, he really caught my eye when I saw him. And the thing is, with junior college guys nowadays, you just don't see as many schools recruiting junior college guys because they prefer to go to the portal route. His offer list wasn't the most impressive, but obviously Coach Mateos thinks that he can come in January and compete, and that's what they need. Obviously, some guys that are physically mature and can come in and compete and add depth or maybe challenge for a starting spot. So all I can say is when I saw him earlier this year, I was impressed, at least from a physical standpoint.
Richard Davenport with us here on a What's Your Beef Wednesday, talking some recruiting as well. And Richard, shift gears to basketball. Isaiah Seeley makes his commitment to Arkansas over the weekend, signs his letter of intent during the early signing period. Tell us what kind of basketball player Coach Cal is getting here that's right in his own backyard in Springdale.
Yeah, consensus 4-star prospect by all the recruiting services, 6'6", 6'7", about 200 pounds, very athletic. As I think you guys mentioned last week, the dunk that was out on Twitter definitely was an eye opener. Showed his athleticism, and let's face it, number one of the top things you have to have at a high D1 school nowadays to play at a high level in basketball is very good athleticism, and he showed it there. Versatility is his asset as far as his game. Score inside, outside. Obviously, can go to the basket. You could tell by that dunk. So it gives you length, and you know, a lot of people. I even got some texts. Was this guy even on scholarship just because he's a 4-star? You know, everybody's thinking Coach Cal's going to sign 5, but he signed quite a few 4-stars in his time at Kentucky, and probably the most famous is Reed Shepherd. So just because you're a 4-star is not anything to look down at. And he was a top player in the state of Arkansas. So I've been impressed with Isaiah, and I think he was a good pickup, and obviously adds a guy that plays more of a small forward / guard position than what you got with the other 2 5-star guys that signed with him.
Well, and we've seen it in football for years where, you know, Alabama got on a kid and all of a sudden they bump up a star. I wonder if that effect will happen at Arkansas with a kid or two along the way that don't reach 5-star status. Well, if they're going to go play for Coach Cal, maybe they are a 5-star. Maybe we misevaluated.
Yeah,
I can see him climbing.
Yeah, and the thing is, I mean, Fabian Wallace, the linebacker from Georgia, who had picked Arkansas over Georgia, Florida State. I mean, just about anybody in the country. Funny how his stock went down after he committed to Arkansas. Same player, but it is kind of I don't know.
A crock.
Suspicious at times with that stuff.
Just say it, RD. It's a What's Your Beef Wednesday. Just say it's a crock.
Yeah, I mean, well, it is. It is what it is. I'll just leave it at that.
He's a better man than I am. Richard Davenport with us. What's Your Beef Wednesday? He's with Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette. RD, when you think about some of the seniors that might be coming back for this football team, Taylon Green is a guy that Coach Pittman has obviously alluded to by name. Some other guys I think about is Xavier Sori, some of the other guys on this roster. Do you think this is going to be an easy sell for Sam Pittman to bring some of these guys back for 2025?
it just depends on what their their draft status is, or their stock and stuff like that. But I tend to think so. I think that they see they're just a few plays here or there, or need to play a little cleaner to have a chance to beat the best teams in the country, and you add a few pieces to the puzzle, as far as out of the portal or out, from the signing class that you'll have coming up in a couple of weeks, and there's no reason not to think that this team could. They're very close to being 8-4, and maybe 9 or winning 9 games or what have you. Why can't they do it next year? I mean, I understand the fans are very frustrated. It's just if they can somehow have that season where everything goes right and the ball bounces their way, like against Texas when Hudson Clark forced that fumble and instead of the ball going out of bounds, stayed in bounds, stuff like that. It's a crazy game, and so many times you're 7-5 or 8-4, but you're a few plays away from doing much better. So I think stuff like that kind of will make some of those guys come back. All of them have no idea.
Richard, I misspoke there. Talen's just a junior. He's not a senior, but I'm kind of lumping them into the same category. As you look ahead to this weekend against Louisiana Tech, Arkansas has not performed to fans' expectations in these type of games where you're playing a lesser opponent. There's no reason you should lose. You've won these games for the most part, but it's been a lot closer than people would have liked. What are you expecting out of this team this weekend?
Man, good gosh, you have an opportunity to go to a bowl game. You have an opportunity to, obviously win this game, win the next game, and get the best possible bowl that you can. You're down to your last 2 games of the season. You better be motivated. It's the last game, home game for a lot of these guys. So it is kind of puzzling sometimes. But I tend to think that they'll come out and have a really good game, and hopefully have the game taken care of by halftime.
So if you beat Louisiana Tech as expected at home, then you go win on the road at a place you struggled at, Columbia, Missouri, and you win a bowl game. Other than just the obvious of winning, but having 3 straight at the end, what does that do for Sam Pittman, internally, as far as the portal, as far as recruiting, 26 players, 27 players? What would that kind of close to the season? What kind of dividend do you think that would return?
Well, momentum and belief that the program's going in the right direction. I mean, let's face it, most fans right now, a lot of fans don't feel optimistic right now, but you win 3 straight, then the optimism returns, and then they start thinking, well, if most of these guys that we were talking about earlier return, along with a strong portal class, optimism comes back, and it's a crazy thing. It's just like in games, how you can go up and down as far as your far as the momentum, and it's the same way when you finish the season strong.
That'd be nice.
Yeah,
that is a scenario that Arkansas fans would love to happen. Richard, we'll leave it there, man. Appreciate you jumping on with us. We'll do it again next week with 1 game on the regular season remaining.
All right, guys. Take care.
All right, Richard Davenport with us here on Wednesdays from Whole Hog Sports and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. Did you get your turkey ordered at Arch
yesterday?
I did,
yes. They took care of me, picking it up next Wednesday.
I was eating lunch in there yesterday, and they were talking about, they heard us talking about it here on the show. I said, yeah, tell him you're out. The last one just got reserved, but Wade said, no, I can't do it. But it is time,
I got
seriously.
large smoked one.
Yeah, smoked is the way to go. Smoked or fried.
And just to be clear, I don't have to cook it.
Well, you got to reheat it. But
how long does that take?
They'll give you instructions. That's the other good thing they do. They'll give you a little card that says exactly how long to put it in the oven.
Turkey for dummies.
Well, I mean, all you got to do is warm it back up. So
That for you, that's
in the oven.
You put it in the oven.
I
you
know
turn
that.
it on at the temperature they'll put on the card, and you leave it in for as long as they say.
Turkey for dummies. Got it.
Yeah, and
or the microwave. I'm just kidding.
Who's smarter, the turkey or Ty?
The turkey's dead, so I'm gonna go Ty.
That's a reasonable question, but
Turkey's dead, so I'm gonna say Ty.
Turkeys, hams, tenderloins, prime ribs, all the sides and fixings, including pumpkin pie and their rolls and all that stuff. So if you need something from Arts for Thanksgiving, better call today or tomorrow, 452-2550. Get on the list because last year they had to shut it off because they had no more room on the smoker. At some point you just run out of capacity, and you're going to run out of time. So a week from tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Don't get left behind. Arts can help you do the cooking.
If Wade and Morgan play a prank on me and say that I don't get a turkey or something, I think that my family's going to kill me. So there's a lot of
big
things.
Responsibility to be in charge of the turkey at Thanksgiving.
And
I'm
putting.
I know my way around the kitchen and a smoker and a grill, and I get nervous when the main entree of the biggest meal of the year is on you.
Like you said, pick it up, throw it in the oven, good to go.
Show up with a chicken instead. That'd be funny.
Chicken's good though. when it's
Yeah,
done right.
I'll eat anything.
And it's not turkey.
Now, you asked a question yesterday. You said turkey Thanksgiving or ham on Thanksgiving. I think
It's
everyone.
probably closer than you think.
Well, what did we say? Christmas ham, turkey on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we don't even do. We do non-traditional at Christmas anymore.
What do you?
We're gonna have one of each because the kids want ham. If you tell me leftover sandwich, the next day, I'm more of a ham guy anymore.
Oh, really?
But I mean, that's the thing. You go out to eat for Thanksgiving, then you don't have the leftovers. You don't have to cook or clean, but you got to have some. Even if you order it in, but if you go out and eat at a restaurant for Thanksgiving, which is incredibly convenient. What are you going to eat What are you going to eat that night when you're not hungry but you want to eat?
I personally think it's un-American not to cook Thanksgiving dinner.
But a lot of people don't. They
don't want to do the hassle.
Just your empty nesters, don't have kids coming home. Man, when your kids get grown, they have to split time with their spouse. You don't always have as full a house as you once had. Sometimes it's easier to just go pay $25 or $30.
It's when the holidays get a little contentious. It's like, who are we going to this year? We're going to
You gotta have a
Mom's.
rotation.
Yeah, you split Christmas and Thanksgiving, but then do you add Easter and 4th of July? Then you start having grandkids, and this grandparent wants to see them more than the other.
Try to explain to your parents why you're not bringing your grandkids to their house this year.
They don't care about you. They just want they want to see the grandkids.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
thank you to my 2 older sisters who have had plenty of not grandkids but kids. So I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. You going by Rainwaters? Get anything good to wear? Or are you just you going to slum on Thanksgiving Day?
I don't dress up for Thanksgiving. I got to be honest. I know this is going to be probably opposite a lot of you, but I know dressing up for Thanksgiving, dressing up for Christmas is a tradition that a lot of older generations have, and I respect that.
I'm going to wear my nicest elastic-waisted pants.
There you go. That is not my cup of tea, but I do get ready for different holiday events that we have coming up, like the Mercy Ball, or there's several events going on in Northwest Arkansas, which I know people are attending. I have one last wedding. I already got 6 in 2025. I'm buying another suit sometime in 2025, thanks to Gail Rainwater at Rainwaters, which you can stop by and see at 9700 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. Tell them Ty sent you, whether it's a rental, which they can do really cheap at Rainwaters. It's if you don't want to buy a suit, if you don't go to as many weddings as I do, 40 in the last 5 years, understandably, then you can take advantage of the rental. They have everything from head to toe. He's even got his own line of cologne, too. So if you need anything for a nice occasion, wedding, ball, winter formals, I know we got spring weddings coming up, whatever the case may be, you can find it at Rainwaters. Rainwaters men's clothing and tuxedo rental because it's fun to look good. I want to come back to the college football playoff here just for a sec, just to set it up. I know not all of you. By the way, what channel was it on last night? I turned it on at 7, and there were 2 football games on. What time did they come on at 6? And I couldn't go back in the guide.
I was at a game last night.
Okay, did you watch it Big C live? I was confused. Now, I got on social media. It's really easy to just get on social media and see what it is. But
See, when Arkansas's not in the deal, it's not appointment TV. But back when they did it on Sunday nights, when Arkansas, like 15 years ago, was in the mix, I mean, not playing my Sunday evening around that. But mean,
the BCS was
it's
a
not like
BCS countdown.
Yeah, it's not like the information ain't gonna be on my phone. So
To me, the greatest college football like show or segment within the show was Mark May, Lou Holtz, Reese Davis, and Reese had the gavel, and he was the judge, and they had two lawyers going at each other. I miss Mark May and Lou Holtz so much.
that was good.
There was no better.
I watched college football, or it was the wrap up show.
Was it college football tonight or live, whatever it was?
But that was the best one.
Okay, so here's the college football playoff ranking starting at 1. We'll go to like 14. Oregon's at 1, Ohio State's at 2, Texas is at 3, Penn State at 4, Indiana's at 5. Once again, 4 of the top 5 teams from the Big Ten. Then goes Notre Dame, Alabama, Miami, Ole Miss, Georgia, Tennessee, Boise State, and SMU. That's the setup from last night. Here's a couple of things that we also heard during the show.
At 14, this could really be instructive right here. BYU falls 8 spots after losing to Kansas.
They're out now, I would say, unless they win the Big 12. That was a huge game in the Big 12 Conference, losing at home to a bad Kansas Jayhawks team. You said this in hour number 1, like you talked about things working itself out. We're running out of weeks. When you say work itself out, you mean
I trusted the process, and the process is failing.
It's failing me. It's moving pretty quick. And maybe I shouldn't, like, when I see this, like, I'm not a big root for the SEC guy. I'm like you. I want the best college football teams in. And the idea that Boise State should be given a first-round bye as one of the best 4 teams in college football. And I love
what
Ashton
they had
Jeanty.
to do to get a playoff here, but this is going to change. And maybe, we talked about this yesterday, maybe so many people will be floored and appalled, clutching their pearls about the outcome of the rankings this year that it will spurn immediate change. Because I think this idea of conference champions 1 through 4, regardless if they're amongst the 4 best teams, that is destined to change quickly with the playoff process.
Okay, speaking of postseason, you brought up Arkansas as bowl, and the more you win, the better bowl you get. Some projections right now for Arkansas in bowls. Sports Illustrated has Arkansas playing USF in the New Mexico Bowl. Liberty Bowl is where Arkansas looks like they're going to be playing Baylor. That'd be fun for me and my dad. ESPN, that's their projections. Athlon Sports has Arkansas playing in the Birmingham Bowl. New York Times, USA Today has them in the Texas Bowl, and then Sporting News has them in the Gasparilla Bowl. Basically, no one has any idea where Arkansas is going to be going bowling. In the next 2 weeks, a lot of things could happen, but if you win these next 2 games with 4, maybe 5 teams going to the college football playoff, you're probably going to play in Florida, which typically doesn't happen with 7 wins. But with how many teams are going elsewhere, there's less there's less teams to fill these SEC bowls, leading for Arkansas to play somewhere nice in December or maybe 1st of January.
Yeah, that'd be fun. All right, Friday, we'll do our Fence Man Friday picks. We'll do that just after 9 o'clock. You can join us for that. Anything involving fencing, gates, powered automatic gates, even those things like in parking lots that have the little arm and you got to put the card up there or let you in that part of the parking lot. They do those kind of things. So commercial, residential, wood privacy, custom fences. Go to their Facebook page or their website, and you can see all kinds of their work. They do custom wrought iron and welded fencing, all kinds of stuff there that is just really neat. You say, they can do that? Yeah, they do that. They can do it. They do fence repairs as well.
Cat containment.
Yep, do that. They got the deal to put keep the snakes out of your yard, the rodents out. They got all kinds of stuff. 782-3936, 479-782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. I promise.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
This is the Morning Rush.
All the Road Hogs have the hot calls and the tailgate ready to roll.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're needing a used car, we've got them. Everything from the most affordable cash cars to road-ready certified with warranty. The best used cars your money.
On ESPN Arkansas, download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite. White perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner. BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting. From the earliest odds to in-game live betting, BetOnline provides you with all the action and the ability to watch the games as they happen. With the largest selection of odds on everything from football, NBA, and college basketball, NHL to UFC and MMA. Head to BetOnline today to get in on the action with America's most trusted site for online wagering. BetOnline, the game starts here.
Hey, ESPN 96.3 and hitthatline.com. Have you been to Swark Liquor? Trey Gentry and his team have a phenomenal spot. It's the first liquor stop in Arkansas for our Dallas and Texas fans traveling up to the hill. So if you're heading to Fayetteville, the lake, a cabin weekend, hunting, fishing, or any other activity you need your favorite drink, stop by Swark Liquor. And check out their apparel too. You'll want to wear it. Swark Liquor, 864 East Collin Ray Drive in Queen, Arkansas. Swark Liquor, we promise to keep them cold for you.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Van. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, pool deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561.
Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
On ESPN Arkansas, download the brand new Hit That Line Now app.
Special traditions like salty sweet candied bacon and faithful friends like Hardee's cinnamon raisin biscuits gathered near to us and served all day, all season long. From icing drizzled biscuits to savory charbroiled burgers, unwrap the holiday goodness of Hardee's. And now enjoy breakfast till noon. Available for limited time at participating locations. Items may vary.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. Here at ESPN Arkansas, we rely on Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on the radio station when we're not here. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your stuff. Guardtronic, license E50.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Except we've got SEC bias. Deal with it. They're the best.
In the SEC, it just means more.
I know one thing. The SEC just got a little tougher.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Burton Pools and Spas. Trusted pool experts and your source for backyard fun. Locations in Springdale, Fort Smith, and now in Greenland. Always online at burtonpools.com.
Two coaches vying for an SEC championship appearance. One's in Oxford, Mississippi, and Lane Kiffin. The other's in College Station, Texas. It's Mike Elko. Starting with Lane. Here's what he said. A lot of people have been saying this quietly. He said this publicly about the SEC championship.
It's changed. The conference championship, could have a big impact both ways for people. So I've talked to other coaches, so I'll just kind of give you the feeling from some other coaches that, they don't want to be in it. The reward to get a bye versus the risk to get knocked out completely. I mean, that's a really big risk just to get a bye. So I think it's ended up being a very unique situation of all postseason sports, the way that system's set up there and how you could go to that and get knocked out. And if you don't go, you're in. I'm not a big gambler, but that's kind of one of them Vegas poker table things, like that's all in. And you're going all in the best conference in football, so you got to play somebody great too. Very different than a lot of these other conferences.
You know what this reminds me of? 92. Gene Stallings at Alabama playing a young Steve Spurrier at Florida, and Alabama fans were terrified that they were going to lose in the SEC championship game, the inaugural SEC championship game, and not make the national championship. And they won a tight game and ended up winning the whole thing. But
Roy Kramer wondered if he had really messed up by having divisions and creating this championship game.
Exactly. And now we're back to a similar. Now, there have been moments in the last 10 years where just because you make the SEC or Big Ten championship or others is not always a good thing. I mean, there's several examples you can point out. Yep, Georgia, last year. Don't even have to go past last year. They lose a tight game to Alabama. Only game they lose all season. Gone. Erased from the college football playoff Final Four. So if you're Ole Miss, if you're Alabama, you're Texas A&M, A&M has to win out. Therefore, they would be in Atlanta for the SEC championship game. They lose to Texas, then they're not going to be in it. Then that puts you in a big conundrum. I think for some cases, Tommy, what Kiffin said's true. For others, these teams have to be in the SEC championship in order for their team to actually have a chance to represent the SEC in the college football playoff.
But if this top 12 has got more than 2 or 3 teams named BYU or named Boise State, is the legitimacy of this in the eye of the public a little bit, diminished? I know we like to say we root for the underdog and we want David to beat Goliath, but TV ratings say otherwise. And generally the games don't turn out to be as good as you envision or you hope for.
Yeah.
You play a fairy tale in your mind and then, reality hits.
I think that the games featuring the lesser teams will be over and they won't advance past to the quarterfinals.
They're not going to be able to week after week win against quality teams, I don't believe.
I think that you could maybe have a Boise State or an SMU, maybe a BYU win one game, but outside of that, and that's a stretch to begin with, then they're not winning that second game. Or I would be floored if that happened, to be honest. So, I can't see them making it all the way to the semis or championship game and the setup on that.
But is the game and the moment and the outcome big enough that, hey, America's going to watch? I don't know. These are huge risks that the committee are playing with here.
Here's the counter to that. One, what else are you going to watch? You're not in basketball mode yet, are you? I know conference basketball will start early.
You're
January.
in mode of watching your team. That's about it.
Yeah, and depending on what Arkansas is at that juncture of their season, start of conference play, you mentioned some of the key non-conference games coming up in Miami, New York, also in Kansas City. I'm out of order there, but those are the 3. Depending on what they do in those games, people will be either locked into January, and it also depends on where Arkansas is bowling, where you're going. You're going to win this Saturday, probably not by a lot or as much as you want, but also where Arkansas is at least a bowl. And is it appealing? Like, will you play will they schedule you against a team that is, at least from an Arkansas fan standpoint, like, I don't want to play these guys. I want to beat them.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the venue, but where you could end up at. Other thing, Mike Elko had a little Freudian slip earlier this week.
I don't think it's an issue. I think when you're in the situation we're in, it's easy to focus on the task at hand. I think those big games earlier in the year, maybe you look ahead. If we didn't have at stake what's at stake, maybe you would worry about it. I think our focus is single-handedly on on Auburn right now and locked in on what we got to get done.
Tommy, they play Auburn this week.
Yeah, well,
that wasn't.
I think he said that
in Auburn.
Yeah,
he is thinking about Texas. There's no doubt about it.
Is that a mistake or is that?
Well, it's a mistake, but it's the truth.
Okay, that's kind of what I thought. You think Auburn?
It's a mistake, but he's telling the truth.
Aggies are only 2.5-point favorites in Auburn this weekend. That could be a game that, A&M
What
might
about
not even.
Auburn, though, gives you
Oh, nothing.
real belief they could pull that upset?
One thing, Jordan-Hare Stadium.
Their defense is decent, but you still got to score points.
Jordan-Hare, crazy things happen in that venue. Might be the weirdest venue in terms of outcomes in college football. If you want to cite one thing, it would be where they're playing, and that is it. It's not Hugh Freeze. It's not Peyton Thorne. It's not Hank Brown or anyone else on that. They got a good wide receiver, that kid that got Arkansas pretty good. But
Auburn has a chance to wreck two teams' playoff
that's
hopes.
a great point. Yep.
They get to play A&M and then their rival, Alabama. I don't think they're going to win both of those games. They'll be lucky to be competitive in the fourth quarter in either one of them, but based on the way they've played. But, man, they've got an opportunity to really reshape it if they played well these final 2 weeks.
It's a great point. All right, that's your SEC update here on a What's Your Beef Wednesday.
Hey, if you're feeling stressed out and you're ready for a break, and who isn't with the holidays just around the corner, de-stress for less in a brand new hot tub from Burton Pools and Spas. Melt away that stress in the world's best-selling hot tubs designed to rejuvenate your body and your mind. Save up to $7,000 right now, plus get free local delivery, installation, and free water testing as well. Treat yourself to pure relaxation with a hot tub from Burton Pools and Spas. At Burton's, they don't just sell hot tubs, they build long-term relationships. Find them in Fort Smith, now in Greenland, and also in Springdale, and online at burtonpools.com.
I have some good news before I share another beef. XNA, starting in May of 2025, is offering direct flights to Gulf Shores, Alabama.
Saw that.
Through Allegiant. By the way, Spirit has filed for bankruptcy, too. Another airline. They're going to operate as normal. I've never used
flew Spirit.
I haven't either.
They're waiting on a bailout, I guess, right? Is that next, the government bailout?
I mean, they didn't
I don't know
charge
if
that
that's-
much on tickets, and I mean,
I have not seen the update.
I never
but
flew Spirit.
I don't.
Now, I have flown Allegiant, and I swear to God, if the cabin lost pressure and the oxygen mask fell from the ceiling, you would have to swipe
Pay
a
for
credit
it.
card to get the oxygen to flow.
Well, there's things you can do. Like, you don't have to pick a seat. They can do it for you, and you save $12 or whatever. I swear by Allegiant to Nashville.
I flew that flight to Media Days, and it was fine. But
another flight.
Yeah.
Southwest, come to XNA.
Please.
Southwest, please come to XNA. All right, let's get into another beef. So, watch the second episode of Yellowstone. The back half of season 5. There was a little more action in episode 2, or I guess episode 10, I should say. It's just not the same show.
I'm having a hard time. Some of the edits and the cuts.
Guys are going all over the place.
Rips in Texas, and then the next thing he's
Was
in
it a dream?
Montana. I'm having a hard time following some of the way they pieced it together.
And I'm terrified of snakes.
Oh, that
And
one where where that snake, holy moly. What's her name?
She's from Arkansas.
Yeah, no, she
northern
says
part
she's
of the
not.
river. But I thought she was the north part of the river. She's like not from Texas.
Oh, that big rattlesnake. It gave me the willies, and
so
I'm watching.
Those two things. No,
I got up, checked the bed.
I did too. I did too. It scared the bejeebies out of me.
Yeah.
So between No John Dutton and snakes, Yellowstone, even though episode 10 was better than episode
Jamie's
9.
in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Jamie's girlfriend's she's nice.
Easy on the eyes.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
nice.
I don't even know her name,
I mean,
but
Don't
I
need
need
to.
to start watching.
you got
Start
a lot
from
of
the
catching.
beginning,
You
though.
got a lot of catching up to do.
So-
But yeah, that's a beef of mine. It's just not the same show. Apparently, Costner found out that he died. And I'm sorry if I ruined that for anyone, but
Was he mad?
I think you could have all assumed with him not being in the show what route they were gonna go with that. So I don't know. I mean, did you see that movie that he was in? That he took time out?
No,
and
I
I thought
thought Horizon or what?
Yeah.
And I was going to go to the theater, and then I didn't hear anything good about it.
Yeah, I heard it was terrible. And apparently, like his now
That wasn't just the movie he's in. He paid. He was out of pocket on that deal.
pretty sure that there were issues with his now ex-wife.
Tater was her name. That snake was scary.
Tater.
Tater.
You got to say it right. Tater. Her accent. Have you listened to her off
Yeah, she
camera?
doesn't sound anything like
no. That takes some talent there. That's another beat. Do you have any
that.
other
So does
beat?
Beth. She sounds entirely different.
She's like British, isn't she?
She is. So
she's even hotter in real life. What you're saying? There are certain accents that like you Like, you could be an average-looking guy or girl, and you just get boosted by having an Australian or British accent, I think, on the female variety. I hold that opinion. Do you hold that opinion?
I think foreign accents give you an edge.
Okay.
Yeah.
An added boost, if you will.
If you will. Hey, Will's RV is 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. The best brands like Grand Design, Forest River, and Brinkley are all there. Each come with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence and never worry about it. I don't know if they'll get a snake out if one got in, but I wouldn't want one in my teepee like Teeter had in hers the other night on Yellowstone.
Who would kill it, Chris or Lee J?
I'm gonna go Chris. I'm gonna go Chris on that deal. I think Lee J would delegate that deal off to his partner there. But hey, that's the good thing. Lee J and Chris are there every day. They're the owners, and they will both make sure, and they are committed to your customer experience at Will's RV. 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Will's RV.
Big C, I had mentioned this. Do you have a beef that the Dallas Cowboys AT&T Stadium almost, killed someone with that?
They need to tear it down, like Jerry said. They need to rebuild it.
For those that haven't seen it, there was a piece of sheet metal that fell from the
and when they open the ceiling up or open the
That's
window,
a microcosm.
the sunroof,
and people are blaming Jerry for that. Like,
it kind of floated down. It would have hurt somebody if it hit you. But Jerry gets blamed for everything.
And I'm seeing stuff on. I'm just like, how can you possibly blame the owner for something like that to happen? Now, like you said, that is a microcosm of the season. But of all things to be mad at Jerry Jones about, that is not one of them at all. By the way, I heard Stephen Jones said this on 105.3 The Fan, which I guess him and his dad appear on that weekly, that I think there's NFL rules that don't allow Jerry Jones.
I don't think. He said exactly there were NFL rules. I
read it.
I never thought about that.
I meant to add it to the clip, but that is, I know people are always saying, well, Jerry needs to invest more money with this Arkansas program.
Well,
and on the other hand, you're yelling at him for the things he do for the Dallas Cowboys, but you want his money too.
But NFL rules prohibit owners of NFL teams in their involvement in NIL.
I'll tell you what, Mr. Jones, I'll take, $10 million and I'll divvy it up to the university. We can say it's from me. You think that would fly?
I don't think that'd work either.
There's probably some
the NFL probably pick up on that
prevention rules on that.
But and as Stephen also said in that clip, they got a payroll of their own to worry about.
They do. Yeah, so they do on that.
They got plenty of payroll there. Hey, don't forget to What's Your Beef Wednesday. Anything you need for Thanksgiving, Richards Country Meat Market, they'll have it ready, from turkeys to tenderloins and more. 479-443-0000. One of the great places to maybe relax and kick back during the holidays, and now's the time to plan that trip or getaway for Thanksgiving, maybe Christmas or New Year's. It's at Gaston's White River Resort. They've got 80 private cabins and lodges, one to suit your needs, whether it's you and the missus getting away, taking the kids and the family or the grandkids. They've got something for everyone that is perfect for your setup. For 2 or 22, they can get you under one roof at Gaston's White River Resort. Great restaurant that overlooks the river. And, of course, the fishing. I saw some pictures with one of their top guides, Sean White, who put some photos out with some clients he had on the river yesterday, catching nice big rainbows and browns. Ooh. Fishing looked awesome on the White River up near the Bull Shoals Dam. 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort. A first-class time every time.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richards Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
This is the Morning Rush.
And he's in. Touchdown, Arkansas.
Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing on all 2024 Buick Encore GXs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers. This is a limited time offer. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith and online at harryrobinson.com.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
It's the Christmas open house with a big 2-day sale at the Solid Rock. Friday and Saturday, the 22nd and 23rd. Enjoy the festive Christmas atmosphere and enjoy savings throughout the store. Select Caruso shirts for $12, women's devotionals for less than $8, and brand new personalized jewelry. Tons of door prizes and sales, and traditional wassail will be served. Come kick off the Christmas season at the Solid Rock. Located next to Sam's Club on South 74th in Fort Smith, the Solid Rock, serving the River Valley for over 48 years.
Todd Richardson live at Rainwater's Men's Clothing and Tuxedo Rental. Galen, 50 years.
This will be our 50th year in business. A lot of customers get us confused as only a rental place where they rent for proms and weddings, but we've classically been the men's store in Fort Smith, Arkansas. We try to be a little different. You can come in and look different at Rainwater's.
When you stop by, make sure to tell Gail and his staff that Ty sent you.
Rainwater's Men's Clothing and Tuxedo Rental, where it's fun to look good.
Your home is your biggest asset. So when you decide to add a sunroom, a patio cover, a new driveway, or new windows, you need to call a company you can trust. Sawyers has been part of your community for over 30 years. They're insured, licensed, and have 100% financing for all of their products. Take all the worry out of your next project. Call Sawyers and let them handle it from permitting to completion. Sawyers, serving the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas with a full showroom located in Fort Smith or online at sawyers-sunrooms.com.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Are you in the market for a new office printer or multifunction device? Look no further. At Dixie Digital Imaging, we bring a legacy of experience and a rock-solid reputation. Our state-of-the-art solutions are tailored to meet your business needs seamlessly. Why settle for anything less? Call us now at 479-783-6600 to get a quote on your next office printer or multifunction device. Elevate your office efficiency with Dixie Digital Imaging, where experience and reputation meet excellence. That's Dixie Digital Imaging, bringing document innovations to the River Valley.
Today is the day. After countless hours of research, cutting back expenses, and 9 months of anxiously waiting for her, today is the day you finally bring home your new car. It's also the day to protect her with an auto policy from Shelter Insurance. Our policies are competitively priced and include new car replacement coverage if anything were to happen to your new baby.
See Agent Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Fly is the one that you don't use bait, right? The one that Clay uses, you just kind of whack.
Whack. Gives to Jackson coming right side. Touchdown, Arkansas! Jackson with the score. And Arkansas is on the board.
All your favorite podcasts in one place. The Hit That Line Podcast Network. Just search Hit That Line wherever you listen to podcasts.
Have you heard this song yet? Morgan and Brooks and Dunn.
I have not heard this for, of course, heard Brooks and Dunn.
Oh, yeah. So I remember this was always, we used to go to Outback a lot when I was little, and this was always on the radio or whatever playlist they played. And I heard this for the first time in forever. I guess he's got a tie. I think he grew up listening to him as well. But it's always like when you hadn't heard a song in 10, 15, 20 years, it's always fun to hear it again for the first time.
Oh, this is in my playlist of my favorite songs, the Brooks and Dunn version. But
He doesn't really-
Ronnie Dunn, those two were great together.
Clay Solomon, KC.
But Ronnie Dunn was, just an unbelievable voice.
Was he?
Went out on his own and just didn't. Kix Brooks can't.
Name me a duo that when they split, like, it goes well for either pair, guys or girls. I just feel like that, like, there's a reason that, like, you're a duo, people, or a band. Like, rare is it that and there's exceptions to the rule, but I don't know. I
think about that.
I think it's a pretty good song.
Yeah, well, it's a remake of a classic.
Yeah,
remake of a classic.
they did it. I guess a triplet together. So, what do you call it? You got a duo and a trio, not a triplet. Jeez Louise.
But hey, Rath Auto Resources, Fort Smith and in Springdale, Ty, they've got that Meineke Car Care Center to help get you Rath road ready for the holidays.
Yes, and taking a trip 7 hours to Nashville this weekend. Just stopped by the Meineke Car Care Center a few short weeks ago. They walked me through every nook and cranny of my vehicle. They said, hey, you need to get this probably done in 2 oil changes. This looks good. We just did this to help it. And they send you pictures. It's a very detailed, comprehensive list of everything they go through. Stop by and see Larry and his team at Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith and David and his team at Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. They do everything for your car. Oil changes, stuff that's complex. Again, they've got all their pre-owns and a great selection of Mitsubishis in Springdale as well. That's Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith and Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. So football-wise and basketball-wise, you got a double this week. And it's kind of interesting. Tommy, you played on Monday night this week. I don't know why it was like that in the schedule, why you didn't play, but you've got a Friday night basketball game and a football game on Saturday. Senior day, and you're playing Little Rock, so it's 2 in-state schools, too.
Plus, you got a soccer. You got soccer on Friday night. I think it starts just a little ahead of basketball. Basketball's at 8 to accommodate TV.
Playing Cal.
I think there'll be people drive up throughout the day. They're spending the night already in Northwest Arkansas. Go to basketball on Friday night and then football on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Hit the trifecta, if you will. Let's talk to Robert, who's in Fort Smith. Robert, good morning.
Hey, guys. I was just curious. I'm feeling like Vanderbilt's culture, it's not really a beat, but the culture there is doing a lot better with winning. And I know we've almost got the same record, but it just seems like they're more on an upward bound than we are. I just want to see, is Pavio just carrying that team? One person that good carry them like that? I want to talk about it.
Well, I don't think – here's the thing about Vanderbilt's season. They beat Alabama. It's great. They played Texas tight. But our fans, including myself, would be having a conniption if we lost to Georgia State. And they lost to Georgia State this year, Tommy. They are bowl eligible. Would you have to give them congratulations for that? They just got rocked by South Carolina last week. Obliterated by South Carolina at home. So see what they do in Death Valley. Night game. You win at Death Valley at night, you're a good football team. Arkansas already almost did it last year, but Vanderbilt's giving some teams some problems, and LSU might be another one of those teams this upcoming Saturday.
Yeah. Hey, if you're looking to finance or spruce up your home, maybe do a kitchen remodel or build a brand new home from ground up, see our friends at Farm Credit of Western Arkansas. They've helped out families just like yours and mine for more than 100 years, and they'll help yours get through the next phase with your home or your future home as well. Go to myaglender.com. That's myaglender.com, or stop by any of Farm Credit's 25 locations across Arkansas. That's Farm Credit of Western Arkansas.
We also should mention Big Friday night is, now I don't know this, you might know it offhand. Chris in Fayetteville texting in, is PA playing Fayetteville on Friday in the playoffs?
I believe that's right.
At Harmon Field?
Bentonville's playing Bentonville West.
Wow.
That's another Bentonville West upset Little Rock Christian last week. So
we lost already? Oh, jeez.
You're a real fan, Ty. So.
I hadn't paid attention at all. I knew when we moved up to 7A, it was not going to be a good deal for
playoff. So.
Well, yeah, and we've only won one.
Abbott goes to Bryant. Rogers goes to Conway. That's
kind
of the 7A.
PA and Fayetteville. That is a draw. Casey, Dick, Anthony, Lucas. Let's go.
Yeah.
Harmon Field.
All right, What's Your Beef Wednesday brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Everything you need for Thanksgiving, from turkeys to hams, pork loins, crown roast, prime rib, all of it. They've got it at Richard's Country Meat Market. Stop in and see them or call them ahead, and they'll have it ready, 479-443-0000.
Halftime coming up next. Phil Elson, Matt Jones.
Time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home. The Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence,